When I first met Sophia, I thought she was the most honest person I'd ever known. Her laughter could turn a dull evening into something warm, and her loyalty to friends, family, everyone was something I admired. So, when she introduced me to her best friend, Mia, I didn't think twice. Sophia said Mia had a bit of a messy love life, but who was I to judge? We all make mistakes. But one night changed everything. We were at a small dinner gathering, and I went outside to take a call. When I came back, I caught a glimpse of Mia locked in a passionate kiss with a man who wasn't her boyfriend, Liam. She didn't see me, but Liam did. His eyes widened, panic flashing across his face. I stayed silent, thinking maybe it wasn't my place to interfere. The next morning, though, Liam called me. His voice cracked with anger. He'd found out Mia lied about being at a friend's place and wanted to know if I'd seen anything. I told him the truth. I thought honesty was the right thing. That's when the storm began. Mia found out I told Liam and called Sophia in tears, claiming I made it up because I didn't like her. Within an hour, Sophia was at my apartment, furious. Her words cut deep. Why would you try to destroy her relationship, Michael? She's been through enough already. I tried to explain, but she wasn't listening. She said, if you ever bring this up again, we're done. That was the first time I saw the line between right and wrong blur when love made her blind. And I started realizing maybe Sophia didn't want the truth. Maybe she just wanted peace, even if it meant pretending lies didn't exist. Still, I stayed quiet for her. But lies don't stay buried forever. Weeks passed, but the tension never really faded. Sophia acted like everything was fine. Yet there was this coldness between us, something unspoken that lingered in every room we shared. She stopped talking about wedding plans, stopped laughing at my jokes, and every time her phone buzzed, she flinched like she was afraid of what I might see. One evening, I came home to find her sitting on the couch, scrolling through her messages, her face pale. Mia's name flashed across the screen. I didn't mean to look, but the message preview was right there. He's going to ruin everything. You have to make him stop. My heart sank. Sophia noticed me standing there and snapped, "Don't you dare start this again." I tried to stay calm. Sophia, she's using you. I saw it happen with my own eyes. Why are you defending her? She stood up, her hands trembling, but her voice sharp. Because she's my friend. You don't get to tear people apart just because you think you know something. That word, think, broke something inside me. I realized she didn't believe me. Not because she thought I was lying, but because admitting the truth would mean facing what kind of person her friend really was. And Sophia's loyalty, it was her weakness. The next day, Liam showed up at my workplace. He told me Mia was now claiming I tried to flirt with her, and that's why I was spreading stories. I was stunned. I told him to check her phone. Proof would be there, but he shook his head and said, she deleted everything. Sophia told me, you've got a jealousy issue. That night when I confronted Sophia about it, she lost it. I told you to stay out of it, Michael. If you can't let this go, maybe we shouldn't get married. Her words hit harder than I expected. It wasn't just anger. It was an ultimatum. She was willing to throw away our future to protect a liar. And that's when I decided if the truth was such a threat to her, then maybe it deserved to come out no matter the cost. I gave Sophia one last chance. I told her, I'll stay quiet if you're absolutely sure she's innocent. But if you ever find out I was right, I don't want your apology. I just want you to remember what you chose to believe. She didn't answer. She just walked away. 2 weeks later, karma did the talking for me. Liam showed up at our apartment, his face pale, shaking. He caught Mia red-handed with another man. This time, there were pictures, messages, and witnesses. He looked at me with hollow eyes and whispered, "You tried to warn me." That night, Sophia came home looking like she'd seen a ghost. "Michael, you were right," she said, voice barely above a whisper. But before I could respond, she added, "You still shouldn't have told him. You made things worse." It was unbelievable. Even when faced with undeniable proof, she clung to her loyalty. I realized then that her problem wasn't with truth. It was with accountability. She couldn't bear to be wrong, to admit that her best friend had used her as a shield. I told her, "If you think silence makes you noble, then maybe you and Mia aren't so different." That was the last real conversation we had. A week later, I packed my things and left. I didn't make a scene. I didn't announce it. I simply disappeared, the same way trust had disappeared from our relationship long ago. A few months later, I heard through mutual friends that Sophia had broken ties with Mia. But by then, it didn't matter. The damage had already been done. Sometimes, I still think about that night, the argument, the threats, the look in her eyes when she realized what she'd lost. But mostly, I think about how truth doesn't need anyone's approval to exist. It just waits quietly, patiently, until the lies collapse under their own weight. I never needed revenge. Watching the world she built on loyalty and denial crumble on its own was enough. And if Sophia ever wonders why I walked away, I hope she remembers that I didn't leave because of Mia. I left because the person I loved chose a lie over.